it's me, Tanera. So I just got finished doing so much stuff around the house, and we all know how that is. We all know how that could be. And I'm a little tired, sleepy. I had got off work and took care of everything that I needed to take care of here. Um, and now I'm just gathering my thoughts because on the way here back home, I was thinking about some stuff, and it had came to me that this present moment wasn't exactly how, like, how can I say this? Like, it had came to me that the present moment, the way that I explained it and the way that I had, you know, um figured it out for myself, that was just sort of kind of like the beginning. The present moment um is obviously it's everything. And I was thinking to myself, like, while looking outside, my window, and I was looking up at the sky, and I was like, oh, okay, so this present moment, this tangible present moment where everything is, I'm not separate from the sky. I'm basically my awareness. That's, my true body. Um, and I was looking at the sun, and I was like, oh, okay. I today figured out that the sun is animating me as life force, and the sky has never been separate from me. It's never been separate from you. And it's like, wow. It's like it's so big. Like the truth, you know, and the awakening is so big, you can't fathom, you know. And I'm like, wow, 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 wow. You know, this present moment is absolutely a magnificent thing. And when you think about it, all the rat race stuff that goes on in the physical and everyday physical uh life on this stage, this play, and the sun is coming out while I'm making my point. All of the rat race that's going on, the chasing and the seeking of approval and the just the everything, you know, it's like we were born into this, and we somehow forgot that we were never disconnected from what we see. And a lot of people don't believe in the unseen because they are so caught up in the play, the stage, the matrix, the survival and all that stuff. And a lot of people, they just don't believe in the unseen because they feel like, there's not really anything to believe in. And I'm not even gonna lie, I myself was in that place before. I was in the place where I didn't really believe too much. I felt like, I had to just do whatever I had to do to get by, and that was it. Don't care who it offends, who it hurts. Um, I just had to find my way, get to whatever bag I had to get to, and that's it. I didn't believe in anything, especially after coming from a, Christian, household. I did not have faith anymore after that particular period of, in my life. And I've seen so many things happen in the church, and it's like your faith, how I've been able to um, remember the truth for myself is that your faith never started here. It never started here. We were born into this, but we came from a much greater truth. And that truth ain't never leave. It's sitting right outside in front of us every single moment, every single day. We are every single day in and of itself. The confusion between night and day, and that's all of that stuff is, you know, it's confused on purpose because it's designed to, you know, um, cause separation. I am going to have to pause this video and get back to you. 1 second. Okay, back to the video. Oh my God. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather today, but it's all good. Um, I know how it could be. We have, days like I had to use the bathroom, and I'm gonna have to drink some water. I got some right here in the fridge. But where was I? Where was I? So this, this present moment and everything that's already here, you know, where I would say I originated from and where we all originated from looks at us dead in our face every single day, right above our head. And where we think that we're looking up, we're actually looking in. We're looking at our light. We're looking at who we really are, the true essence of who we really are. That's what we're looking at. We're not looking at something that's distant or far away. We're looking at the original, the original flame of what we are, each and every one of us. And it's not about, cockiness or arrogance or anything like that, even though it exists and it's all a part of love's flow. Um, it's not solely about that, but I'm confident enough to say that my direct experience with the sun and the moon, I know that I'm directly connected to that. And for me, I could, like, it's the same exact thing for you too, for whoever, for anybody. But We think that we're looking at the same exact sun, and we think that we're looking at the same exact moon, but we're not. And I would say that with ease and with calm, humbleness. We are looking at our own individual light, okay? Every single day, every single night. We are not sharing, like, it's all connected, okay? It is all connected. But in my sacred opinion, we are all looking at our own individual light. And that is the reason why there are gazillions, and we can't even count. I can't even count, but that's the reason why there are so many stars. The the car want to be making noise. The script want to try to like make noise to try to, but no, the message is getting out. That's the reason why there are millions and billions of stars when we look at it, when we look up at night, because what is really going on, what we're really seeing, is different points of consciousness. We're looking at different um points of, perspectives, like different points of consciousness that is all currently existing right now. And what's up there, when we're looking at ourselves, and it's looking back at us. So it's like, as above, so below. And all of this is the multiverse. It is real. It is happening, and it is current. There is no separation. And when you're looking up and you're actually looking in, we are all looking at our own individual light. So for me right now, the sun popping in and out as I'm speaking in this present moment, for me, that is, I consider that to be my light. I consider the sun to be my light. That's the reason why when I'm outside and I feel it directly on my skin and it's hot like that, I'm just feeling myself. And it's so close. Like we what we think is far away, and what we were taught about it being gazillions miles away and stuff. No, because if that was the case, you wouldn't even be able to feel anything if it was really truly that far. What's really happening is that it's extremely close, because that is your pulse. That's your being, that's your light, that's who you are. So it's extremely close, closer than what you think. And you think you're looking at something that's like gazillion light years away, and that is not how it works. It's not how it works. We are looking at our own individual light, and that is with conviction. I don't have time to be, you know, going back and forth with these, you know, philosophers and things of that nature. It's just long overdue. It's time to rest. Like I said before, the jig is up, and the truth is just the truth, and I'm not blind to that anymore. So, um, you know, it just makes no sense, just, the amount of lies and everything. And I'm not putting anybody down or anything. Um, this is actually to lift you up. This is to lift humanity up. This is to lift everybody up. This has nothing to do with putting anybody down. This is just straight facts. This is, you know, this is what it is. And if you really think about it, it's just like, it's just so obvious. Come on, if we were all sharing one singular light, one singular sun, it's just like, I mean, come on. the entire sky would be yellow. Like I have to like be real. Like if we were sharing like one sun, like one light, the whole entire sky would be yellow instead of blue. Like, and it's not, you know, because the singular point, like the way that it's like a circle, and when you look at it, it's like that's your light. Like you're looking at your light, like your own you're perceiving your own pulse, your own light that's animating you right now. I'm not looking at your light. I'm looking at my own light, and you're looking at your own light. That's how it works. If it was like one singular sun, it's like, how can it be a circle? How can it be round like that? How could it just be, you know, then if it was like that, if it was like one singular, you know, sun, and everybody was looking at one singular sun all at the same time, then that's some type computer type shit, technology type shit going on with that. Then because that means that, like, I can't explain it, but I know that what I'm saying is true. Like that's some weird technology type shit like going on inside of a computer or something. Like we looking at one sun. Like how does that make any sense? I don't know. This is from my, perspective, and I feel like it would be most effective. I feel like it would be more true, truer than a lot of stuff that anybody has ever heard. I stand on that, and nobody could take that away from me. And I wouldn't, try to, take away what somebody else believe. Um, in the sense that if it's something like personal, like truly personal, um, this is personal to me. So I gotta like call it for what it is, for how I see it. But I'm just saying, think about it. It's something to think about. It's something to, you know, sit with yourself and just look at it for real. Like, wait a minute, and see for yourself, see how you feel about it for yourself. It's all just a matter of having an open mind. It has nothing to do with you know uh discrediting any one individual. This is collective talk. So I just want to make that clear. um but all of this came to me just today, and you know just more layers of the present moment and what it really is. And I've been kind of like feeling that way about what I see every day, but I'm kind of like just now really truly digging deeper into it today. um and just like claiming it, instead of continuing to treat it as something that's separate from me. Now I'm fully claiming it. Like, no, that's all of me. This is all of me, and this is all of you too, um and when knowing that, it's like there's no reason to exert yourself anymore. I'm not going to exert myself anymore. I don't care what challenges it may look like is there. I'm not going to be exerting myself anymore like that. So it's like I just breathe in this present moment, and I recognize all of me, not just this body, not just this space, but the entire, okay, the entire atmosphere, the whole thing. Um it was never distant, it was never far away, and it has always been right here. And for me, that is the truth. And in knowing that truth, it's like, what more is there to fight for? Why am I gonna continue to act like I'm playing the game? You know, it's a rat race. It is a rat race. And that's why it be like, movies like that and stuff, all type of stuff. It's like in plain sight, if you ask me. And I'm done. I'm done being blind. I'm done playing cuckoo. Like, enough is enough. But um I just feel good to know that, and I want everybody to feel the same way. I want everybody to get connected, feel connected, and be in a be in a power, be who they really are, and stop going through life with our heads held down, and allowing these structures and things to make us feel weighed down and heavy. And it's not so, these things, these surface things, these props and everything that's here on this stage, in this container, it's not supposed to, wear us down. It's not supposed to and we've been there. We've been there. Some of us are still there. I know I was there. I'm kind of still, low key there in a sense, but just like being present, in it. you know um I'm moving a little bit different than I was, and just taking accountability for my surroundings, um taking accountability for my own actions, because it reflects, what you do with your how you move. It's like your body is the signal, to be real with you. Your body is the signal. And that's the reason why you, like, when we were kids and we would like pretend to, like, imagine things, pretend to, create a life with dolls and stuff. And that stuff is real, and you're still doing that. Just now the body is changed, it's more developed, and it's the same exact thing. Imagination is not separate from this moment. That's exactly what this moment is. And everything that you do, how you move, how you talk, um what you're doing in this present moment, what you're dwelling on, all of that is creating what's going to happen next. I feel like it cannot be stressed enough, because it's like we will find ourselves looping in some bullshit, and you don't even know, you're not even aware that you're feeding into something. It's like it could take over your being. It could take over your body, um if you're not present, and if you're not like paying attention to like what you're doing. And I've been there. I Listen, still, it's like I'm just now, you know, pulling myself out, because you could be running on a script, you could be running on fumes that's not yours. It's like spirits or something. If you're not like present and mindful of what you want to experience next, you know I hope that I made some sense here as someone who is just now getting into this and coming on here and being present with whoever is going to be watching this. um that's it's important, for me to to make sure that I'm making as much sense as possible, because I want to be, an example and help, help lead the way. And we just deserve to just know the truth and be, and be at peace and be, and be relieved from the stress, from the drama, from the naysayers, um, from just the scripts, the scripts of the game, the scripts of this, because stuff is just, everything out there is just on, it's just running, it ain't necessarily you, you know it's what we call the world, it's what we it's what we call the world, it's what we call time. I'm sorry, but you just cannot measure the present moment. You cannot measure this can't be measured. That's the trick. Like, it's like we got everything. It's like it starts up there. It starts with what we're looking at when we're looking up, but we're actually looking in. That is where it starts, and then it all gets dense and it comes down, and that's what this physical is. That's what this, physical is. And it's like we get lost in it. We get lost in it, and we just be running inside of it, trying to find a way to survive and all these different things. I hope that makes sense, because I'm losing a little bit of train of thought, and I know that's on purpose, but um, it's gonna come back to me, whatever I missed. I have a candle lit. It's just helping soothe my stomach, and whew, I'm I got my AC on. It's whew, I need it. Ugh. And it's okay to still be human and feel these things, and ain't nothing wrong with it. But the best way to move through this physical is to go back to the real root of who you are and move in truth. Because trying to, play this game and brush up against this game with all of these techniques and worrying and thinking that you're separate from everything, and that is not the way. I'm gonna have to pause this again, and I'm gonna be right back. Okay, I'm back. Now, I feel better. I had to go again. Oh my God, like, I feel so much better. I'm gonna have to drink some more water. I'm doing this while I'm tired. I'm gonna get some sleep. I am. But um man, where did I leave off at? The sun is in and out. It's coming in and out. We all have our own individual light, and it's just always been very close. It's not far away. It's not. The multiverse is real, and we're in we're in an infinite space that is present, and it never goes anywhere. Our bodies move around. That's it. Our bodies move around, but oh, the awareness, no, it has never left. The truth, the awareness itself, that steady, ever present awareness that we truly are, that gives us speech, that gives us voice, that's not something that moves. It's just here. It's just steady. And sound and speech, let me rephrase that. Even though I know it don't have to be perfect. I know exactly what I'm saying. Sound is the first layer of reality. Did nobody give you a voice? And that's just the real. I'm not really here to sugarcoat anything for anybody. I have done enough of that in previous versions of myself in my life, and I'm not doing that anymore. This is not about trying to, make somebody feel, comfortable. I mean, I'm definitely one of, great respect, and I know how to comfort someone. But, for me, the truth is the truth. And, you know, um, I know that there is no way that a person or anybody or any being of that matter would be watching this if they didn't agree, because that is impossible. You cannot watch something or tune into something that is not on your frequency, on the same frequency as you. It doesn't happen that way. It looks like it does because of the distortion behind the the distortion behind randomness. Like, there is no random. Nothing is random. Everything in every moment is meant for something. It is connected to something meaningful. You don't experience anything random. Now, if you experience things that are random, then you are not you are running on a script. You are in the simulation. You are in the matrix. You are not in authorship. And it's not about forcing stuff to be purposeful. It's just about knowing the truth of who you are in this moment and moving with ease. That is it. It has nothing to do with control. It just has everything to do with knowing who you really are in every moment that there is. It is very straight like that, simple. So, um there is no way that anybody who is not in that sort of alignment would be watching this and hearing these words come out of my mouth right now, because it just doesn't happen that way. Anybody that's watching this, anybody that's hearing me say this, with my voice, that means that it was meant for you. That means that you agree. That means that you are 100% aware of what I'm saying. And if you wasn't, and you tuned in anyway, and it just so happened to come to you at this particular time, in this particular moment, you were ready for it. You know, things does not really happen in the way that we think, where we think that things are random. That's distortion. It is it is a distorted way of of being, and that is not, you know you know that's not how things go. Everything happens for a reason. Everything, including what you watch, including what messages you tune into, including what you listen to. It is all purposeful in this moment. And that's said with love. I say that with love. um so we're all in this together. And we gonna go home, like I've been saying. We're gonna go home. We are, because I trust and believe that we are already home. And yeah, I am gonna do a quick reading for the collective. Get my cards. Second. This is a daily read, real quick, and then I gotta get going because I'm sleepy. I don't really knock on my cards, but let me see. I don't really. Ancestors of the present moment and everything that we are, everything that I am, what messages do we have for the collective today? Saturday, November the. You know what? I don't know what date it is. I'm sorry. I am like off time and days, like, so I apologize about that. What messages do we have for today? I'm trying to shuffle them good. For the collective. Oh, okay. Something wants to come out, so I'm just gonna put that down. I hope you can still hear me. Really, really hope so. I know that this is a pretty good mic. What messages? Oh my god. I feel itchy. messages do we have for the collective? Oh, this one came flipped right over. What was that first one? Oh, whew. The collective is going into a deep rest. I don't know. That could just be my energy. Okay, let's see. Let's get another card. What's this? After the okay. I need to feel into this. So, first of all, the Ten of Wands is here. And I can already sense from the Ten of Wands, like I said when I said that it's time to rest, um, you know, that Ten of Wands is exactly the same energy when I said that, you know, the collective in general is done, like carrying all of these burdens with the Four of Swords. This this could not only be, oh my god, this doesn't have to just mean rest. It could be a real deep introspection. But that's what this moment is though. Rest, introspection, put like the burden is it's just like no more burden. With the Eight of Pentacles here, it's like with this rest, with putting down these burdens and this rest, this deep introspection, and with this Eight of Pentacles, it's like the hard work is already done. Because after Eight Pentacles, there comes Nine and then 10. So there's this inner work that's happening with the collective right now. And that is the work. All of the stressing and the worrying and the begging, the pleading, the performance, all of that stuff really is coming to an end with this Eight of Pentacles. The deeper work is being done here and the burdens are being laid to rest. And with the Two of Wands, that's looking out to, you know, to your immediate surroundings. The collective, we are looking at our immediate surroundings and just, watching some of them ships come in. With the King of Swords here, it ain't no game because it's like we sitting tall. The collective is sitting tall. Somebody is being real cutthroat about something. This doesn't even really have to be specific, but I am picking up somebody's like individual energy in here right now. The Ace of Cups, that's after there's an overflow. But that only comes from laying this down. Being honest. Cutthroat. King of Swords energy is here. With this is the I think this is the Nine of Swords. With the Nine of Swords, there has been somebody has truly been in pain lately. And this is a masculine energy too. But like I said, with this Two of Wands looking out into the horizon, and then now there's the Three of Wands here as well, putting down them burdens. What I say, putting down the lies and the burdens of, you know, things of things that you just can't control. Getting in alignment with this Four of Swords right here. Rest. That's what brings in this Ace of Cups. But there's a masculine energy here in here that like I don't know who this could be for, but you know, I'm kind of picking up somebody's energy here. A masculine dealing with something. But it always comes back to truth. That what? The burdens. We gotta let that go. And come back home to the now. Soon I'm gonna get some messages like I have to order. Oh my god, did I just mix everything up? I hate that. That's okay. I'll fix it. I don't even know how that happened. But yeah, yeah. Um, these are gonna get very detailed soon, a lot more, as I just sit with it some more and tune in. But for the most part, the overall energy is true with the collective. This is a collective reading as one, but I was picking up some a masculine. I don't know who it is, but some masculine has been really real worried. about something, but just know, whoever you are, it'll get better when you recognize the truth of who you are. All right, I'm finished. I'll see y'all in the next one.